Запомни, мой мальчик, у тебя в руках бесценные сокровища. Синяя птица, синяя птица, синяя птица, синяя птица. Синюю птицу нельзя купить или продать. Ее можно только подарить. Только подарить. Только подарить. Только подарить. Только подарить. Запомни, мой мальчик, у тебя в руках бесценные сокровища. Синяя птица, синяя птица, синяя птица, синяя птица. Синюю птицу нельзя купить или продать. Ее можно только подарить. Только подарить.
really quick, and if it gets out of control, I'll try to moderate. Go ahead, Darth.
Michael, do you believe in the uniformity of nature?
That's a good question. I think so. Yeah, it's that's not something that occupies a lot of my time thinking about. But
can you test the uniformity of nature? And think carefully before you answer.
I'm not sure.
The answer is you can't.
There are probably people who could answer.
You can't test it. No, you cannot test it.
Honestly, this is I'm trying praise. I'm going to be good on your channel. This is the garbage that I had to put up with when I spoke to you on MDD. I'm not going to put up with it here. You are not going.
Yeah.
No, stop. You're not going to overtalk
You
me here.
You were misbehaving there as well. You were
overtalk me here.
I'm having a conversation with you. Okay. Now what you're doing is you're doing a shtick here so you can get out of the conversation.
No, that's not what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. You know, you completely ignore. You completely ignored the fact that you were entirely evasive during the entire interaction on Modern Day Debate. I'll demonstrate it right now. We'll see how evasive you are. Cool. Can you please tell me how it is there is no eternal creator God?
Sure. The best evidence against the God is the Bible.
Okay. The God of the Bible is only one God among several definitions of God. Your position, is it your position that there is no ultimate creator God?
Ultimate creator God. Is it my position? No. Of the ones that, so I have investigated some, not all. I've read the Quran, hard book to read. Based on what I've read of the Quran and what I've studied of it, I didn't ask you about that. I'm trying to answer your question as best I can. I believe that God doesn't exist. I've read portions of the Bhagavad Gita.
Okay, I didn't ask you about that.
Based on what I've read and studied, I don't believe those gods exist.
I didn't ask you about that.
And I've read the Bible thoroughly, and reading the Bible has convinced me that God for sure doesn't exist.
Okay, I didn't ask you about those. Your position is that all creator gods, ultimate creator gods, do not exist. Is that correct?
No, I just told you what my position is.
Okay. You earlier in the beginning of the program, you said you were a positive atheist. You believe that no gods exist, right? Mm-hmm. I heard you say that.
And I just told, and I just refined my answer to reflect the gods I'm talking about.
Okay, well, that's only some gods. Okay, sure. So is it your position? Have you changed your position since the beginning of the program? Is your position that no ultimate creator gods exist?
No, I refined my position. Do you have what I find really interesting is you're a Christian. So 1 Peter 3:15 would dictate that you should be giving a defense for the God you believe in.
Can you please answer my question?
And not trying to go through a process of elimination.
What you're doing right now, I'm not going through a process of elimination. All I'm questioning you about is your atheism.
To reflect the lack of belief I have in the gods I don't believe in.
Okay, you're doing exactly what you did on Modern Day Debate. You are being completely evasive. Didn't you ask me not to overtalk you? Didn't you ask me not to overtalk me? Didn't you ask me not to overtalk you?
Yeah.
Are you not overtalking me?
No.
Yes, you were.
Finish.
Okay. You're completely oblivious to the fact that you are completely evading my question. Okay. Telling me that you don't believe in Allah or the Hindu God or the Muslim God is not addressing the question. Do you believe that reality equals that there is no creator God?
I think that's a different way of asking me the same question. It is my, and again, in a way that clarifies my position. I have told you the gods. Okay, I'll try to give you as honest and concise
it's a simple question
as I possibly can. I am convinced gods do not exist. Within that, I am most convinced the Christian God doesn't exist. Okay. A little less that Allah, et cetera, does not exist.
What is your rational basis?
My position, it is my position that within reality, based on the information that we have, gods don't exist. I don't know what happened here. Is something frozen?
No, I have my microphone muted. What is your rational basis and justification that there is no ultimate creator God?
You're going back to ask me the same question again
because you didn't answer it. Because you didn't answer it.
I'm not interested in answering your question. As I said to Praise before, you are trying to direct in an exceedingly specific way. It's a real talent. It really is.
It's a legitimate question.
I am not going to answer the question the way you want it. I'm going to answer it the way I believe is being the most.
So you're going to be evasive just like you did
If
the last
that's the
time.
way you
Why
feel,
are you
tell
over
me a
talking me?
story.
Why are you over talking me? Didn't you just ask me not
Sure.
to over talk
Go
you?
ahead, finish.
Okay, so you're doing exactly the very thing that you asked me not to do.
Cool.
Now, you are entirely evasive on modern day debate, just like you're doing now. You're giving a pretense that you're answering, but you're not answering the question. You believe that there are no creator gods. Is that correct?
No. What I told you, so this I find this very interesting, and I'm doing my best not to lower myself to the level of other people who have interacted with you, and the way you interact with other people. But you don't understand, do you? I was really, really specific in the way I answered my question. I know it hurts you when you can't advance what you're trying to advance based on the way I answer your question.
Yeah, you're wasting my time. You're wasting my time.
Then go.
Okay. Well, I'm not going. I'm pointing out to you that you are just throwing out diversionary words here. Now, is it your position that no creator gods exist? There's two positions on the existence of God. Okay. And you mentioned the SEP, the Stanford Encyclopedia.
Mhm.
The Stanford Encyclopedia article on atheism says there's only two positions. To say I don't know is to dodge the question. Now, either you believe that an ultimate creator God exists, or you believe that an ultimate creator God does not exist. Do you believe that an ultimate creator God does not exist?
Which one?
Okay. Can you answer the question? That's a diversionary response, what you just gave me.
No. Which one?
I said, do you believe that
No,
any ultimate, listen to me carefully. I know you did. That's a diversionary tactic that atheists pull all the time when they don't want to answer the question. Okay. So the question is, do you believe that there is no ultimate creator God that exists?
Based on the ones I told you, yes.
Okay. So what is your rational basis that there is no ultimate creator God?
That depends on which one we're talking about. So I would need you to be more specific.
This is another diversionary response. Okay. Either there is an ultimate creator God or not. Would you agree with that statement?
No, because it depends who you're talking to.
Okay. You're not focusing, Michael. Okay.
I am completely.
I gave you a true dichotomy. Either there is an ultimate creator God or there is not. Okay. It's a true dichotomy. Now, whether that God, if we agree that one exists, what that God's extended properties may or may not be is a separate discussion. Now, your position is that there is no ultimate creator God that is eternal and is the source of all possibility. Okay, that is your position, correct?
No. So it's, if you're going to have an interaction with me, better to ask what my position is rather than tell me.
I just did.
No, you didn't. You in fact said your position is.
I said, is that correct?
You are so dishonest.
I just said to you, the recording will show. I said to you after I posed the statement, I said, is that correct, Michael?
And I already told you, I don't know how many times, you just don't get it. I said, in response to the gods we've discussed, yes, that's my position. And then you asked me, well, how is it that no creator gods exist? And then I said, depends on which one you want.
You're not addressing my question.
No,
You're doing exactly what you did.
The way
you are not. You are being entirely evasive, exactly the way you were on modern day debate. There's only two positions. There's only two positions on the existence of God as conceptualized as an eternal creator God. Either you believe that there is an eternal creator God that is the source and the basis of all temporal facts, or you believe that there is not an ultimate eternal creator God. In that dichotomy that you have been given, okay, either you believe there is a creator God, ultimate creator God, or you do not. Do you not believe that there is a creator God, Michael?
Okay, I'll play your game. I believe there is not.
Okay, that's not a game. It's a legitimate question. And you can even read the introductory paragraph to the
believe
essay.
there
Why
is-
are you ever talking to me, Michael?
I've answered your question. Move
Michael,
on.
why are you ever talking to me?
Move on.
Didn't you repeatedly say,
Move
not
on.
for me not to overtalk you?
Just
Well,
move
then
on.
please don't overtalk me, Michael. Now, so your position is, and it's not a game, it's a legitimate question as per the introductory paragraph of the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy. So what is your rational basis that there is not an ultimate creator God, Michael?
Depends which one we're talking about.
Okay, you're repeating your evasion all over again, Michael.
I will explain myself. I can't tell you, I can't give you an argument about a creator God unless we determine which one we're talking about. Because if I was going to tell you the reasons why I don't believe Allah exists, I can't quote something from the Bible. And if I was going to tell you the reasons why I don't believe Brahman, Vishnu, or Ganesh exist, I can't quote the Quran. So I need you to be specific.
You're repeating
so
your
go ahead.
same thing
Now,
you said earlier.
I want you, I'm going to take a page out of your book. I want you to answer me specifically and clearly. Which God are you talking about?
Okay, I am talking about any concept where what is ultimate, absolute, and the source of temporality is in mind, whether or not we decide, agree, or disagree what extended properties are. You are repeating the same diversionary response that you did earlier, almost word for word. This is the same diversionary tactics that you did on modern day debate, okay? Because you cannot, or you are unwilling to defend what your position is. Now, either it is the case that whatever is, either it is the case that what is fundamental and ultimate to reality, either is a mind or it is not a mind, okay? Do you believe that?
I would agree with
Good.
that.
Okay, Michael, what is your rational basis that what is ultimate to reality is not a mind?
We have no evidence of a mind existing outside of a brain.
Okay. The fact of the matter is, this is an appeal to induction, okay? That the only brains that you are acquainted with are those that operate through the medium of a brain. It does not follow from that any and all brains that can and might exist might operate through a medium. Okay, so you have just given, remember earlier where you talked about begging the question? That line of reasoning is begging the question, Michael.
No, it's not, and I'll explain.
Yes,
why.
it is.
I'll explain.
All
why it
swans
isn't.
are white. Is that begging the question, Michael?
I'll explain why it isn't. So the reason it isn't is because in order for you to bridge that gap, you are the one who has to beg the question. You must presuppose that it's possible. I said before to Praise that that he was wanting to eliminate. He said we can eliminate the natural, and I said if you eliminate the natural, we are left with the supernatural, which we have no capacity to observe, test, or demonstrate. If you have a way to observe, test, and demonstrate the supernatural, if you have a way, I'm assuming that wasn't you, Praise. Was that you?
I was just doing a joke to some people in the chat. That's all.
Yeah, you're repeating what you
So,
said
no,
earlier,
okay,
and you're
I'm
not
not
really
finished- I'm
responding
not
to what I'm
finished yet.
saying.
I'm not
I
finished
know,
yet.
but you're repeating yourself.
So that's cool. So if you have a way to observe, test, and demonstrate the supernatural, that would really, really be something. So is it your position that there is such a thing as a mind without a brain?
I'll be glad to discuss my position with you, but right now, the question at hand that you have been evading since the opening moments of me speaking to you was defending your position on atheism. Now, are you familiar with the fallacy of begging the question through induction that all swans are white? If all the swans that I'm acquainted with are white, is it begging the question to say all swans are white, Michael?
Yes.
Okay, you're saying all the brains that I'm acquainted with operate in the medium of a brain. Therefore, all minds must operate through the medium of a brain. So that's the fallacy of begging the question, Michael.
So in fact, what I said is we have no evidence for a brain existing. No, we have no evidence of a mind existing without a brain. If you are suggesting that is possible, then that's on you to demonstrate, not
Okay.
me to show it doesn't
Okay.
exist.
Michael, you're asserting that the only brains that can and do exist
That's not my assertion.
operate. Yeah. Okay. Now, well, here's the problem. Okay. You are saying that an eternal creator God does not exist because in order to be a mind, it must operate in and through a brain. Is that your position?
No. What I said was,
Wow.
what I said was, is that I am convinced gods do not exist. As a way of arguing for your God, this little chess game you're playing is killing me, Praise.
I'm not.
No, I said Praise. What you said is that it would be fallacious of me to suggest a mind cannot exist without a brain, because that's all we've seen. What you're trying to do is switch it. You're trying to say that.
Wow.
So what I said to you is we have no evidence of a mind existing without a brain, and then you're switching that around and saying, or what you're saying is, you're committing the fallacy, saying since we only have examples of this, you're saying it can't. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we don't have any evidence.
Okay. So
I'll
okay.
go back
So
to the question.
all right.
I'll go back to the question, and here's a little tidbit. I'm not going to answer another single solitary question of yours until you answer this question. Can you demonstrate that a mind exists exit a brain?
Yes.
Give her.
Yes. The entire
I'm all
the entire creation, all the facts of creation necessarily indicate that what is ultimate is a mind. Okay. Now, obviously,
That,
you
my
don't
friend,
agree
begs
with.
the
Would you?
You want to talk
No,
fallacy?
no, it doesn't.
That begs the question.
That is not begging the question
It's
because
completely
if
done. You have to presuppose
Okay,
your God
listen.
exists.
listen, can you have a conversation like an adult instead of an angry teenager?
With you, I don't think so.
Okay. Well,
And-
you were badly behaved on modern day debate, and you're doing it again now. If I say to
You
you
bring up the
that
worst
if
in
I tell you that all the facts indicate what is ultimate as a mind, if that's begging the question, then if what you say is all the facts that you are acquainted with necessitate referencing what is ultimate is not a mind, then that would be begging the question as well.
I didn't say that.
I know
said
you didn't
no.
say
I
that.
didn't
I
say
know
that.
you didn't say that. Michael, can we have a conversation instead of you being nasty, okay, and argumentative? Okay.
I'm not sure.
Now, Michael, if one says all the facts that I'm acquainted with necessitate what is ultimate as a mind, then if your position is not that, and your only opposite position that you could take is all the facts that you're acquainted with is what is ultimate is not a mind. That is your position, Michael.
No. What I said was,
There's not a
And-
third option. It's a true dichotomy.
no. What I said was,
Is it a true dichotomy, Michael?
I'm going to try this one more time. And then
Yeah,
I'm going
is
to
it a
stop
true
talking, and then
dichotomy?
I'm going to stop talking to you. Okay?
Mhm.
What I
You
said.
can do whatever you want, Michael.
Okay, I'm done. Praise, I'm done. I'm not talking to him anymore.
Yeah, see, this is the little shtick that he plays, okay? He makes a pretense that he's answering the question, right? I asked him, either your position is all
Praise,
the
you and I
facts
can
that
have
you're
a good
acquainted with.
conversation, and
Yeah,
I
can
think
you
he's
just
doing
mute
that.
him? Yeah, what he's doing right now is having a
Now
hissy
he's
fit
asking to mute me.
because
Like he
he's
tries on his
dodging the
Discord
question and he's trying to become
all
argumentative in
here for
order to derail the
Get rid of one
conversation.
of us. Get rid
Okay,
of
so
one.
I want to finish what I'm saying here, okay?
Okay, go ahead and
Okay.
finish, and then probably gonna have to let you.
His
go.
position, okay, it's a true dichotomy. You will say all the facts that you're acquainted with necessitate referencing what is ultimate as a mind, or all the facts that you're acquainted with necessitate what is ultimate as not a mind. If one is begging the question, then so is the other. All right? Now, see, he's gotten hung up on this idea. He's gotten poor advice or schooling about how to deal with biblical presuppositionalism. But that's not the issue at hand. The issue is his God denialism. Now, his position is that an eternal creator God does not exist because the only minds that we know of operate through a brain, and we don't have a reason to believe that a brain can operate outside, that a mind can operate outside of a brain. Okay, well, you don't know that that's true. Okay, so you're begging the question. You're committing the white swan fallacy. What you're saying is the only minds that we're acquainted with operate through the medium of a brain. Therefore, there is not an eternal mind that exists and operates without a brain. That's a non sequitur. That's begging the question, Michael. Now, do you have any other line of reasoning why there is not an ultimate creator God other than your previous begging the question?
Was that you finished? Like I said, praise, I'm done.
Okay,
All right,
so
Art.
you're okay. Thank you for your time. Yeah, he's done because he hasn't bamboozled me in trying to be evasive. He's committed an elementary fallacy of begging the question. Okay, it's the white swan fallacy that all X's that I'm familiar with are white. Therefore, all X's that do exist must be white. All the brains I'm familiar with operate through a brain. Therefore, all minds that could and must exist have to operate through a brain. That's it. That's begging the question. Michael earlier objected to people using begging the question. He's begging the question. Now that he has no other rationale for his atheism, he's playing the little game where he has a hissy fit. He's trying to pretend like I'm acting unbecomingly when actually he is, so that he can end the conversation. So both you, Praise, and the YouTube audience has completely shown that Michael has completely tapped out of defending his atheism. I just conclusively showed that what he said is begging the question. Okay? Yeah, and this goes to show you how immature you are. You have completely tapped out of defending it. Okay? I've been entirely civil with you the entire time. Okay? And now you're tapping out because you can't defend your atheism. What you said is begging the question. And I'll say it one last time. To assert that God or an ultimate creator God as a mind cannot exist because the only brains that you know of operate in a brain, that's begging the question, Michael. Do you have a rebuttal to that?
I don't know how many ways to tell you I'm not talking to you anymore.
Good. There we go, Praise. We have another defeated atheist who tapped out. I just exposed his fallacious argument as begging the question. He has no rebuttal whatsoever that he committed the fallacy of begging the question when he himself said that, okay, why are you over talking me, Michael? Why are you over talking me? Why are you over talking me, Michael?
Anything else?
See, Michael's running away like a
I would
little
love
man
to
child.
Continue this conversation.
Yeah.
With Praise.
No, yeah, and yeah, you
Why
don't
do you
want
need-
to. You don't want to continue because you've been cornered with
Nope.
the fallacy of your
I don't want to
atheism.
continue the conversation.
Of course
with
you don't.
You,
Yeah, why?
with
I've
you.
been completely polite and cordial with you.
Like I said, Praise,
Okay.
I'm getting done, man.
Yeah, okay. So YouTube out there, YouTube, here's another atheist that has tapped out.
Cool, man.
His reason why there is no God is begging the question, and he has nothing else to resort to. So now he wants to pretend like I'm being a bad boy when actually he has nowhere to go. That's why he doesn't want to talk with me anymore. He cannot defend his atheism, so he's tapping out. Wow, what an embarrassment you are to atheists, Michael.
Yep. I'm crushed. Bye.
No, it's not intended that you're crushed. I don't think that you're going to be crushed, okay? Because most atheists that I deal with,
I wasn't
they're
doing
shameless, and you are shameless. You're a shameless person.
great.
Good.
Anytime, Praise. I'm done.
Yeah. You can't defend atheism, can you, Michael?
Not with you, obviously.
Yeah. I didn't do anything wrong, Michael.
Okay.
So why are you tapping out if I didn't do anything wrong?
I don't want to talk to you.
Did I do anything? Did I do anything wrong?
Abundantly clear.
Did I do
I've made
anything
that
wrong, Michael?
Abundantly clear.
Michael, did I do anything wrong? Did I
I've
do
made
anything
it-
wrong?
Abundantly clear.
I'm asking you before I leave. Did I do anything wrong, Michael?
I've made it abundantly clear.
So
I'm
you
no
can't even
longer-
point that I had
I'm
any
no
misbehavior. So then why are you
interacting
leaving the
with
conversation,
you.
Michael?
Hello, everybody. I hope you can hear me. Let me check. Okay, I'm looking there. Can everybody hear me? I can see the comments now. Holler at me if you can. So, pardon me as I clear my voice, clear my throat a bit. The wife's giving me some hot coffee. I'm looking forward to Brandon dropping in. I really enjoyed his discussion last night with Ace. That was an excellent discussion. I know a lot of Ace's games and tricks that he loves to play, and it was good to see somebody that caught them immediately, man, when he was doing this stuff. It was great. Brandon did a great job handling them. Why does that keep happening? I'm not sure what you mean, Peter. Why does what keep happening, buddy? I'm watching the comments, so I'll try to answer you. But why does my wife usually beat me at Yahtzee? That would be a good question. Usually, I would say she wins probably between 70 and 80% of them. And so, but I won this mega game. I won the mega game. I've got the bragging rights for a little bit here. So, and I'm really sorry that two guys that Yahoo and I haven't been able to discuss this topic yet. I really keep hoping that happens, and it seems when I asked him about it, at first I thought he was just kind of kidding around with me. And I thought, well, sure, he'll discuss it with you. You know, Yahoo's a good guy. I like Yahoo. I've always liked him, even when we disagree on stuff. It doesn't matter to me. But anyway, then it seemed that he got a little bit defensive, and I was kind of thrown for a loss. I don't know why, but it's okay. I kind of kidded around today trying to say, well, come on, let's talk about it. I was thinking if I joked around about it a little bit, he would loosen up a little bit, but that didn't happen either. So I don't know. I love you, Yahoo. I really do. I just find it an interesting discussion, and I disagree, and I would just like to discuss it with you. That's all. But let me just tell you why I disagree. When it comes to the laws, you notice something really kind of strange. What we're told that the apostles held us to as Gentiles, the only thing that they held us to are avoiding fornication, and then a few little dietary laws. You don't eat strangled foods, don't eat blood, and don't eat food sacrificed to idols. So, anyway, that's all we were required. That's all they required of us. Now, you could ask yourself, okay, so why did he hold us to avoiding fornication, but he didn't say anything about the other laws, like the other 10 commandments, like thou shalt not steal? Why didn't he say anything about holding us to thievery, not stealing from one another, not killing one another? Why didn't they hold us to those laws too? Well, you see, I think the truth is, and there's twofold answer for that. You see, it didn't matter. They didn't have to. It was already against the law. I mean, it's against the Roman law, and the Romans were really they held sway in these matters. Murder was illegal by order of the Romans. Thievery was against the law by order of the Romans. But there's something else too that's true, and that is that that avoids, well, all of these other laws are taken in by the law of love. And this is the new command that the Lord Jesus Christ gave to everybody, that we love one another. And by doing this, you see, all the law and all the prophets are fulfilled in that one word, love. So when we love one another, we're fulfilling everything that we need to fulfill. Everything. Everything. So there's the two answers I would give to that one single question. But Yahoo seems to think that there's a verse that goes on to say, but these guys, we're just going to hold these Gentiles to this for so long. But then they're going to hear, the works and the words of Moses from other people, and we'll lay these laws on them at a later date. Yahoo seems to believe something along that line. He believes that the word says something like that. Now, here's my disagreement with Yahoo. You see, I know Yahoo, and I know that he and I both use the same method to decide what is and is not sound doctrine. We call it the law of 2 to 3 witnesses. And some of you are aware of this. There's a scripture, of course, Moses goes to the Lord and he says, Lord, I've got all these people coming to me with all these problems and complaints, suing one another, and all these people accusing one another. How do I know who's telling the truth? And the Lord told him, out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, let every word be established. And it occurred to me one day that if that's true, wouldn't God himself do that as a way to ensure to us what is and is not truth, what is and is not sound doctrine? Should we not be able to find 2 or 3 witnesses in Scripture that dogmatically make the statement that we are dogmatically making? Like, for instance, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. We know that that is sound doctrine because we find all kinds of witnesses of that in Scripture, not just 2 or 3. But to say that the Scripture goes on that the apostles went on to tell them, just lay this on the Gentiles for a while, and they're going to hear enough of Moses to change their minds and bring them back to the whole law soon enough. No, there's not a dogmatic scripture in the Bible that makes that dogmatic statement. So there's no way, Yahoo, my friend, my brother, you can count that as sound doctrine. Now, some people will say, well, not everybody agrees to, that standard, maybe. Well, if they hold themselves to a lesser standard, in my opinion, their Bible study is probably going to be pretty sloppy. And a lot of their doctrine will probably be pretty sloppy. But even Jesus and the Pharisees used this law. And we see this clearly when Jesus was telling them about himself, his mission, sent from God, being sent from God. And they said, you're testifying of yourself, therefore your witness is not true. And Jesus said, oh, no. My Father testifies of me. So there you go. There's the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses. Let every word be established. So, you see, even the Pharisees used that law. Even Jesus respected that law and referred to it. So I think that's how we should declare our doctrine. That's how we should, that's how we should determine within our own hearts whether or not what we believe is sound or unsound. It's either sound doctrine or it's not. I think that's how we decide right there. We let God decide. We trust him. That's just like, trusting God. So many times I see people when they're reading Revelation, for instance, they start talking about they see these figures, these strange beasts and stuff, and they've already got their mind made up. They know what this is all about. And they don't even read on. They don't even finish reading the passage to come to the part where God himself explains the symbolism. And how we would save ourselves some embarrassment sometimes if we would just read on before we go off half-cocked. And, I say that joking around, but you see, I've learned the hard way most everything I talk to you about. I've made more mistakes than probably anybody I know. And that's okay. I don't mind making mistakes. If you're going to try to do anything, you're going to make mistakes. What I try not to do is to get lost in my mistakes or to pretend I didn't make mistakes or to let my pride rule over me in such a way that mistakes embarrass me. Look, I misspeak sometimes. I can even occasionally get a fact wrong. I usually don't. But sometimes I do. And I don't mind being called on it. As a matter of fact, I love being called on things. If you think I'm wrong about a doctrine, by all means, call me out. I'm not just going to try to whip your butt. I'm going to try to prove what I'm saying is right because I believe it is. On the other hand, if you prove me wrong, I will admit that, and I will revise my belief accordingly. I'm not ashamed to do that. And I've met Brandon. Had some good discourse with Brandon. I like Brandon. He'll give you a fight, and a fair fight at that. And he's already shown me that he's willing to admit when he's learned something or been corrected. He's already shown me that. My goodness, I have to respect that. Yeah, Peter, I get a little bit of that going on myself once in a while, buddy. I have no idea why, what it's doing or why. Okay. Okay, Jay. That's cool, buddy. JG is going to start a new stream, guys.